Anyway, by the way, my name is Versatile, aka the I Could Be an Untrusted Name. You can trust when it comes to all things reactions. And right now, we're going to react to day 30 of Sean Combs' trial, or aka Diddy's trial. So let's get straight into this. No delay. I say no delay, but my notes just went haywire. But let me know what your thoughts are on this case so far. Like, do you believe he's guilty? Do you believe he's innocent? Um, and again, when it comes down to the trial on in general, it's always going to be based on what can be proven as evidence that count towards what the person is being accused of. Do you know what I mean? If they can prove it, you know what I mean. If they can't prove it, because there's some cases where there's some can't necessarily prove it in the context. You know how, like, for example, we're talking about the blank acts, right? It's like in some cases, unfortunately, it can't necessarily be proven for in some cases. Like, it's a really tricky one. But with technology, it can now eventually that more will be proven, and then a lot more will be convicted. I'm taking that from now. Remember, I said that you're going to see a new high rate of certain. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to talk too much, but let's keep it moving. I said I don't want to talk too much, and now I want to talk about Diddy's case. Anyway, hit the subscribe button and hit the notification. Let's go. So, day 30 occurred after both sides. Um, sorry, both sides rested their cases. It was a non-jury day dedicated to charge conference where prosecutors and defense attorneys finalized jury instructions. With U.S. Attorney District Judge Arun Subramanian in Manhattan Federal Court. The prosecution dropped three, yeah. So yeah, they dropped three RICO predicate acts: attempted kidnapping, attempted arson, aiding and abetting blank trafficking to streamline the case, right? And the defense filed a 12-page motion challenging the RICO charges constitutionality, which was denied. Denied. You know what he said. All right. Sean Combs faces 5 federal charges: racketeering, conspiracy, RICO, up to life, 2 counts of blank trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, 15 years minimum, each up to life, and 2 counts of transportation engaged, blank, up to 10 years each. Yeah. So, um, so the finalizing jury instructions there. So as I've got this on my notes, you got to bear with me because this can be all over the place. So I'm trying to streamline. All right. So the the, the charge conference focused on U.S. letter stating that some theories of liability were no longer pursued, specifically referencing the Drug Predicate Act. Noted the defense 12-page filing challenging the RICO charge with proceeding covered via live tweet thread. Okay, give me a second. There were live tweet thread. Don't get twisted, yeah. So the question becomes, why did they drop the cases? They drop those acts. It's mainly because you want to streamline, and you don't want to go based on. You want to go based on what can be proven. That was their main aim, and obviously based on the testimony, like I said before. At the end of the day, if they never could prove it by the testimony, you know what I mean, then there's literally no point. Me, I'm thinking, why did they put that in there in the first place? Do you know what I mean? That's my fault. If you know you can't really prove it. All right, so the charge, like I said, it's more of a strategic to avoid jury confusion, because with the jury, like you don't want to complicate things. Because even me right now, I'm still confused, and I'll be real with you, I'm still confused on why it was dropped. if you don't like, why was it there in the first place? All right, so no, I know why it was there. I was clocked. Behavioral back pattern. Because if that wasn't there, then they couldn't get Kid Cudi to testify. Do you get it? So if they couldn't get Kid Cudi to testify, then you know what I mean? It would have been a different situation. Anyway, so the charge conference held without the jury for prosecutors led by Christy Slavic and Maureen Comey and defense attorneys Mark Agniflo and Alexandra Shapiro, Tenny Kragos and Brian Steele finalizing instructions for the jury to apply during deliberations set to begin on June the 30th, right, which is on a Monday. Excuse me. So that's pretty much really it on that day, because at the end of the day, there has a detail. Okay, why was it dropped? Why should it be dropped? You know what I mean? And obviously, it kind of, I don't want to say it messes up the plan for the defense team, because really, how can you even defend the evidence of what's happened with their client? But at the end of the day, I feel like they made a very, very smart move. Because let me ask you this Let me ask this in the Let me ask you this: if you're on a jury team or in the jury, and you're seeing a case like this, leave your answer in the comment section below. Would you like it to be simplified? From everything you're hearing, everything you're seeing, knowing that you have to either find the person either guilty or not guilty, wouldn't you want things to be easy for you? Because the one thing I was realizing with regards to the prosecution team, they were letting them know that this was the day before, which I forgot to mention. Like, they were letting them know they did this, this is this. They did this is this charge. They did this is this charge. This is why when you watch my reactions to this case, I've always done something similar. This is what links to this case. And the reason why is because I want people to be aware that, do you know what I mean? Why the charges are there and what's being testified and where the evidence is. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather keep things simple. But leave your answer comments below. Wouldn't you want things to be simplified? Because you want to be able to see, okay, well, how can they prove this? Is there a way to prove that they did what they're accused of? Or should you also add things that you can't prove? Because you can't prove that, or there is no proof that Diddy was involved with the arson attempt or you can't even say arson attempt, because it literally was arson, like the arson that was happened to Kid Cudi's car. But you can prove that there is evidence of violence behavior, because there's evidence there. You can prove how he reacts to when, for example, Cassie or Jane, or in this case particular, Cassie would try to get with someone else, even though they're supposed to be on the break. Like, I look at it from so many perspectives, and I recommend you do that as well. Anyway, give me a second. I want to look for the next day that we've got to react to and find the notes. But let me know your thoughts on the comments below. Make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. Yeah, man. Like, it's a sad time, man. I'm not for Diddy, by the way. You know what I mean? It's a sad time for the victim, because they have to relive this. That's what's so sad about it. Like, that's what's so sad about it. Anyway, let's prepare for the next one.